Dave's in Australia Diecast Salvage. What you see in front of you is a Dinky Toys MGB. So that's what we're going to play with. So I hope you stick around, watch the video to the end, and we'll see you hopefully at the workbench. So welcome over to the workbench. I'd like to thank the viewers watching. Thank you very much appreciated. Whether you're a first time viewer or you've been with us for a little while to see how I do. Fumble fingers may turn up. Loose tongue or slippery tongue may turn up. Brain fade may turn up. But imagination is definitely here as to what we're going to do with this. This is a DMC challenge for the month of February, and it is any dinky vehicle. This one says Dinky Toys. A bit hard for me to read in this light. Meccano Limited. And it probably says the MGB somewhere. Sorry for having it out of screen, that's for you to look. 2 posts. As you can see, I've already ground them down, but I haven't pulled the vehicle apart as yet. But before we do, let's have a closer look at it. The tyres are in good condition, as is the hubs, so we'll reuse them. It does have opening doors, that's a bonus. It has a driver in it. Whether it's the original driver, I don't know, because the way he's seated, he's not holding that steering wheel properly. The screen somebody else has replaced. It's just a plastic screen from packaging, which is the norm. It's an easy fix if you don't want to purchase a reproduction screen. I'm not purchasing a reproduction screen. You'll have to wait and see as to what I do, but you should have a hint of it already by now. It has a painted front grille, painted headlights, no number plate on the back. Looks like it was the shield was just painted in. And the rear taillights have not been painted in. The casting is in quite good condition, really. Has only some minor paint chips, and that's some sort of sticky residue on the front. But anyway, let's get crack-a-lacking, as PB Pete from PB Restorations would say. Let's get crack-a-lacking. So let's take this bad boy apart. So as just mentioned a moment ago, hey! Sorry for knocking your folks over. That was unintentional. Let's try that again. I hope I didn't bruise you. As mentioned earlier, 2 posts. One behind the front axle, one behind the rear axle. I just grind them down with a burr tool on the Dremel. And we try and lift it up. There we go. That comes out. Bit of rust on the suspension, but we may the front wheel's encapsulated, the axles are encapsulated, so I'll just do a scrub down and put the the base into some CLR. We'll repaint the base. And here we have, okay. I think the driver's gone to the toilet. He's done a big whoopsie. Well, see. Now there's a turd if I ever saw one. So we'll give the driver some dignity, and we'll clean him up. We'll pull this pretend screen out. As I said, somebody's done a fairly good job at making their own screen, but it was the wrong shape and it's too tall. So that's going bye-byes. The interior, that's part of the casting. Yeah, part of the casting. As mentioned, the door does open. It uses a metal spring, just like the Matchbox cars. So I'll leave that in situ, because I don't normally take the doors off when I repaint the cars. What we'll need to do is, okay, that steering wheel is busted, so we need to find another steering wheel. Unless I can pull this out and do a fix on it. That would be nice. Okay, let's push this out from the back. Let me have a look. I should be able to push it out from the back. I know I'm doing this off camera, but there is a small hole. Well, the plastic is protruding just behind the dash, where the bottom part of the what these are? Brain fade, see? Brain fade is turned up. So we'll work on that, and I'll do that off camera, and I'll let you know how we go. Okay, we have our steering wheel out. It is intact. We have put some super glue on it, so we're just letting the super glue dry. So the steering wheel is intact. Poor driver, he's collapsed from embarrassment. So yeah, there's my tub. So we can, I'm saying it's a casting. We shall give him a wash with our strippers, so he'll enjoy that. Like I said, the tyres are in good order, so we can take them off. There's no cracks in them. There we go, our rubber tyres are off. So we'll need to put our base into some CLR to get rid of the rust. But then again, I may just use the steel wool scourer and get rid of it as well, so that we don't lose our steering wheel. We'll put that in our tub as well, and that's our casting. So We'll catch you in a moment for the next segment. Even though the driver was embarrassed a little while ago when he pooped himself when we were using the burr tool on the Dremel, but when he heard that there were strippers, he just jumped in. So he says he wants to take a hot bath with them, and that's what we're going to do. I put the caustic soda in first, and then control the fizz with the amount of water that I put in. Looks like our driver has survived. So now I can add in more water. So he's holding his breath now, so that he can enjoy his swim with our strippers. There's not much to see because of the red interior, the red painted interior has come off. So I'll keep an eye on the driver to make sure that he's well looked after, and we shall be back in a moment. So before I put primer on it or burnish the caustic soda off, thinking about making another screen for it. Excuse me, it is early in the morning here in Sydney when I'm doing this, and the bright lights that you see in there is because I have the garage door open. So if you remember at the start of the video, it had a homemade screen just cut out of a piece of food wrapping. So we're going to change that. Didn't order another screen from the model supply companies. Why should I? I did have a Dinky MGB from Toledo, and it has a screen with a cap, and it's very close in size. It is slightly bigger than the Dinky, but for the purposes of what we're wanting to do, it's going to be a good fit. I've done a bit of preparation in by just putting some plasticine inside the screen area, just to give this a bit of support, because I'm going to be putting some quite heavy pressure on it for the material that I'm going to use to make the mould for our screen. But as you can see there, it should be a fairly close fit. I'm not intending on making the canvas roof. I'm just after the main part of the screen. What I'm using is some of this stuff. Some people know it as blue stuff. What it is, it's a polymorph plastic, and that's all it is. That's a used one, because you can reheat it and use it over and over and over again. Anyway, the kettle is just about boiled. I'm just setting this up. So we shall see you with the result of the mould. Moment of truth time to see how the mould came out. Don't know whether you'll... Yeah, I think it came out alright. The proof is going to be in the pudding when we actually make the screen itself. Alright, so I'll do a few experiments and I'll bring you back when I've made the screen. Letting the resin cure at the moment, so while I'm waiting for the other taverners to arrive, we'll keep going on this vehicle here, taking off we'll burnish the vehicle, and we may put a primer on. And we'll start off by using the brass bristle brush, and we'll finish up using the steel wool scourer. So it's just a matter of taking your time, going over the casting. I'm just doing a quick thing here. Go like that, and then you're going to use this to get the nice and shiny, and as you can see the difference from that to that. You can use a wire wheel, you can use steel wool, you can use all sorts of items to get it all shiny. Well, I'm only going shiny because everybody else goes shiny. So I'll keep going with this, and I'll spend some time in the tavern with Martin Dare, Paul Jones from Midlife Models and the DMC host, Paul James, as I just mentioned, from Pimp My Diecast, Lee from Diecast Fixer Uppers, Pete from PB Retro Restorations, Kevin from Kevin's Bangers. Who else do we have? We have Mick Manley, we have Ron from Somo Diecast join us. We have Laszlo from Laszlo's Collectibles usually joins us. Tony Hughes usually joins us. Yeah, we have a whole variety of people that join us for a live chat, as you've seen in the previous video. By all means, come along, join the DMC. You never know, you might get to learn something like I do. Anyway, I'll keep going with this, and I'll spend some time in the tavern. Catch you in a moment. So we have our primer and base coat on our MGB. We had a long session in our tavern, in the DMC tavern, 6 hours. That's got to be one of our longest sessions. In any case, just before I do that, I will put some gloves on. Again, not prepared because we just came out the bar. So it's, what time is it? It's quarter to 3 in the afternoon here in Sydney. I'm talking to you, so that's 4:15 in the UK. So we've had a long session. Productive, laughable. The F word was said a couple of times. But anyway, I'm getting back on track to what I need to do here. So let's get going. To change my hand position around. Yes, it did drop it. I have put the base layer is a chrome paint. Is this the same paint, which is a metal cast paint? that I used on the Wellies VW 1600. Some videos ago, which was a tribute to Opar. I'm still working on the screen, but I don't think it may come out the way I want it. It may not. Just doing a check. I need to do the just need to put that down and turn it around. Trying not to drop it, because you are going to see the interior. I don't want to go too dark with this. And I think we're just about at it. So I'll move that over to the baking paper. Let's see if I can transfer it without dropping it. And then I will stick it in the oven to cook. There we go. So I'll put it over in the oven, 90 degrees, for about 10 minutes. Just get the initial set, and then she will dry naturally. When we come back, we'll see what we're doing about the interior and maybe the screen. So, catch you then. This is a reminder as to what we started with for this DMC challenge for February, any Dinky vehicle. And this is MGB. So, this is what we ended up with. Now, here is our reveal for our Dinky Toys MGB, which was part of the Die-Cast and Modelers community event for February. What have we done with it? Stripped it. We've repainted it in a glorious, nice wine red colour. It's not the original driver for this vehicle. It was just what came with this car. So we've given him a new outfit, new helmet. We've also made a new windscreen. We've gone the old-fashioned route of packaging to make the screen, because what I had intended wasn't quite working, and I was running out of time. So this is the result we'll have, and I'll put a screen that I want to put on. We'll do that at a later date. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Catch you later. Die-Cast and Modelers community, and we'll catch you later here on this channel, raising the scale of Die-Cast salvage. Bye for now.